Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for this memory plan with me using a beautiful kit from Sadies Stickers called Vintage Lilac. This is just so pretty and just warms my heart given that I seem to have found a new love in the colour purple, lavenders, lilacs, anything along those shades. I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I realised after I started laying this down and how much I was enjoying it that I really should have saved it for my mum's birthday. She loved lilacs. They were one of her favourites. I actually also added this Giving Girl Bowstrong box stickers to the mix and a few of my usual foiled icons and dividers and so on and so forth. So with no further ado, I will quickly lay down the base and get you up to date with the day-to-day planning. I'm using the planner from Estelle called Rose Quartz. It's an A5 wide, and with that I am also using A5 wide inserts from Live, Love and Craft. Now these are undated and you can add the dates yourself. You can choose to white out or black out or sticker over the dates at the top. It's entirely up to you. I would like to maximise the real estate, so I'm certainly going to be using pieces from the kitten as much as possible to sort of get through to the top of the page, as you will see as I progress through the laying down of the base. Now that the majority of the base is down, I'm going to go ahead across the top of each of the 5 work days and mark down my working week. So I've used from the kit, part of the layering section there, I've got these little scalloped corners which are really just perfect for, I don't like to make a big deal of the work stickers. They're sort of something that really forms part of my day, but it's not exactly exciting, so I don't want to dedicate a great deal of resource to it. So those little corner fans worked really well. Then I've had a little look at those date covers and thought I would like to come back and include something across the top of them. And although there were plenty of florals with this kit, because I did buy the extra add-ons, I just thought I'd add a little bit more of the rose gold foil because it worked so beautifully with this particular shade. And so these are the ones from Honey Int. They're lace, I don't know, dividers, I suppose you could call them. They're a beautiful sticker. They really, really are lovely, and I've used quite a lot of them in all the colours. So that's something that I will need to reorder, but they're just perfect. They're dainty and very, very pretty. So going across the top, I've used an Arctic Paper Studio work script, and I have marked the 5 days of the week because that is normally what I would do. During the height of COVID, I would do some work from home, but at the moment we are very, very busy getting as many people as we can vaccinated and following the government guidelines at the moment. So it makes for a very busy clinic, and it's all hands on deck at this current time. So in the sidebar, I have used one of those Giving Girl Bowstrong boxes up in the top corner with August on it. That beautiful lavender colour works perfectly with this particular kit. Then I've used a full box. Underneath that full box, I have used a couple of habit trackers for my vitamins and steps, which is a pretty normal procedure for me. And then underneath that, I've gone to my Monday to Sunday week tracker. Sometimes I put in there my meals. A lot of the time lately, I'm putting gratitudes, and that's what I've done in this particular case. And then down the very bottom, I've used a little bit of deco in the form of that cute clock with the florals around it, and some Monique Plans little hearts on transparent or on clear paper, just to put a little bit of decoration down the bottom and finish off that sidebar. So now popping across onto Monday, just underneath that work sticker, I have put a quarter box from the kit. The lovely thing with Sadies Stickers kits is these stunning boxes. They're simple, but they've just got a little pop here and there of colour in the foiling, and I think that's just so elegant, and it gives you lots of scope to write on or put your stickers on or do whatever it is you love to do. And that's what I've done in this case. So the first one is Coffee Monday, so that's always a very good way to start the week. And I've used my own script there, and the icon is a lovely coffee cup with roses on the side, a personal favourite from Mum and Me Handmade Designs. Really love those. Then underneath there, I've used a half box and just noted on there that I needed to wade through quite a lot of emails. Whenever you come in on a Monday after the weekend, there's a few, but every now and again there's more than others, particularly at the moment, as I said, with all of these vaccinations needing to occur and all of the guidelines according to that delivery. I've also used a Planning Like a Pro laptop with a cute little bow on the side of it. They're quite a lovely laptop. Her icons are really very nice as well, and I enjoy using them. Underneath that, I have popped a print Petticoat Bandit bow divider, or flourish, or different names. I haven't had a look on the sticker to what she calls it, but I think she calls it a divider, possibly a flourish. Anyway, that is a printable from Print Petticoat Bandit that you can download, and then I cut out with my silhouette. And when I start off using those, I try to use them consistently throughout the spread, and that's what I've done with this one. Underneath that divider, I have used one of the half scallops from the kit, and just noted under there that I actually planned the film, or filmed the memory plan with me for August 2nd to 9th, and I've used a camera from Crafts by Thaowie, just to note that on this page, and also I've used a little bit of the floral deco from the add-on sheet. And then just lastly in that Monday column, a couple of arrows from the kit marking that I had a webinar at 7:30 for some Medicare information that I needed to go through. And so that finished off Monday. Then heading across onto Tuesday, I've used a half box again from the kit. There's plenty to use in this kit. You really don't have to pull in very much else at all because there's such good variety. And just noted on there using the laptop from the kit also, and a little bit of floral deco from the add-on. Just had a couple of challenging issues at work. Generally speaking, I'm very fortunate and great team and lots of positive vibes, but there was just a couple of things on this occasion. One in particular that was causing a little bit of concern, a couple of sleepless nights while I worked out how to deal with it, and that was going to be dealt with sort of today and tomorrow over the next couple of days. I just had to do some paperwork and documentation around it, and I needed to mark that. Underneath the full box, I have used another one of the little decorative boxes from the add-on sheet and marked on there that I did wash and colour my hair because of lockdown. I'd normally go and get that done, but we can't go to the hairdressers. So we've had to go back to basics, and Mr. L'Oreal in a box came to the rescue, and I've used a little bit of the deco from the kit on that, and I've popped on a little bow from, I'm pretty sure I used those bows from Monique Plans. They're just a little clear bow, or rather they're a foiled bow, but they're on a clear sticker background. And just underneath that hair colour box, I also noted that I did my dip nails. I've actually been doing those for quite a long time now, since before COVID, and which is quite handy because by the time COVID started and we weren't able to go to get anything done, it meant that I was already sort of well underway with this system, and they work very well, they last well, and they're a little bit more economical doing them at home, and you get to do them when it suits you. And then the last thing for the day on the Tuesday was it was census night in Australia, and we had to fill in our census forms, and I did that last thing in the evening, and that was the day Tuesday. So moving across to Wednesday and the last part of this first half of the week, I just marked on there using another box from the kit with that lovely Vintage Lilacs sort of design on it, that I had a meeting in the morning. It was a sensitive meeting, but it went quite well, and as well as could be expected, I think, and that was good to mark and to be able to move on from also. Underneath that, that detailing on that little top box not only had the little bit of foiling and print at the top, but it also had a scallop bottom. Really beautiful to get so much lovely detail into one small area. And that's what I love about these stickers from Sadies and some of the other designers that just go to such extremes when it comes to the detail. I really appreciate that. So underneath the divider there, I have marked that we had another 7 days of lockdown extended, which is a bit of a pill. That's just the way it is, and that's the way this life is going at the moment. So we just have to roll with that. Underneath that, I popped down one of the boxes from the add-on kit to note that my daughter-in-law headed off to hospital to have her third baby, and we were going to be looking forward to the arrival of a new grandchild, which is very exciting. Underneath that, we had some takeaway that night, and I've used the knife, fork and spoon. Actually, I'm really sorry, I can't remember where that particular one came from. It was with a little sampler, so I am sorry about that. Anyway, moving across onto Thursday morning, I was able to write that we very happily welcomed a new grandbaby into the world at roughly 10:30 on Tuesday evening. So she's a little bonus, and she comes along and has two older brothers now to look after her and keep her happy. And needless to say, Mum and Dad are pretty chuffed, and we're absolutely thrilled to welcome another member to our very expanding family. And there really is something to the more the merrier. I used one of the half boxes with the little notched corners to mark the welcoming of baby Wolf. I don't actually know her first name as yet, but she was a good sized little bub, and we're just thrilled to have her. So underneath that, I marked on there that we looked after the two older boys while Mum and Dad were busy doing what they needed to do, and their dad came by and picked them up and took them home to meet their new sister. They really get them out of hospital very quick these days. It's quite incredible, and they were pretty excited to be going to meet her for the first time. That night we had some chicken and veg for tea, and I've just used the icon from the kit on one of the small quarter boxes. And then last of all, I noted that using a Mr. and Mrs. Mint sleeping pillow that I went to bed early that night, it had been a pretty big week, and it was being topped off by the arrival of a special little lady. So that was a lovely way to spend a day. Then heading across onto Friday, I have used a quarter box from the kit with one of the decorative boxes and just marked on there using the Mum and Me Handmade Designs coffee mug and my coffee script that this morning started with a coffee. It definitely needed to. There'd been a lot going on earlier in the week, and I was a bit weary, so I was very grateful for that coffee first thing. And then when I headed into work that morning, we were sort of looking at quite a few patients gathering outside the door, and I knew this was not a healthy thing to be happening when we're trying to reduce COVID numbers. So we needed to talk about some strategies to reduce the traffic at the clinic. And I've used another one of the kits boxes there with a little bit of light foiling at the top and the little notches out of the corner. And just noted down on there that I needed to try to reduce the traffic. I've popped on another divider underneath. And then moving down, I've used some of the deco from the add-on sheet, and I actually had to do some laundry this afternoon, and I've marked that using my own font and a little foiled laundry sticker from Print Petticoat Bandit. So those printable stickers from Print Petticoat, you can either print in colour or you can print them on a laser printer and then foil them. They're very versatile and really fantastic value for money. And then using another quarter box from the kit, I've just popped down underneath that laundry that I decided to have another early night. Friday nights I'll often stay up a bit later and watch a movie or something as it's the end of the week and I don't have to go to work. But as I mentioned earlier, it had been a busy week, an exciting week too, really lovely. And so I decided to have another early night. Had a bit of a sleep in the next morning, which was a bit delicious too. And I've used on Saturday morning one of those half scallop boxes that were in the kit, as well as a Mr. and Mrs. Mint sleep-in pillow and sleep-in script, and the little iPad that was also in the kit. Just popping down underneath that, I have got a Bowstrong box from the Giving Girl in that lovely lavender shade. I've used a bit of deco from the lavender sheet and the add-on sheet, and just noted on there that I had lovely cuddles with the baby this day. I got to meet the little lady whose name at this stage had not yet been decided upon. And it's always amazing as a grandparent to look at your beautiful new baby. It just took me back many, many years to when her dad was born. And while she was definitely a little feminine version, I could certainly see a lot of her father in her, that's for sure. So further down, I finished off Saturday by noting that I was going to get stuck into the backlog of Plan With Me's that I'd had. I've been quite distracted and decided to bite the bullet and not film them all, but to do a compilation. So I got well stuck into that Saturday afternoon and into the evening, and I worked till quite late. Then heading across to Sunday, I continued on with my marathon Plan With Me. We made some French toast for breakfast that day, and I've used all the kits and deco from the kit. I continued under there using that beautiful Crafts by Thaowie cart, planner cart, and then underneath that I finished off with watching a little bit of Netflix and relaxing later into the evening. So I've just shown you some of the stickers that were left over from this kit. They were all well used. There's plenty of variety, but there's still a few left to be able to use in another spread. The rose gold foiling certainly worked beautifully with the lavender colours. It's a really, really pretty combination, that. So I'm just trying to catch the light a little bit for you and show you the spread. It's always challenging during lockdown to find activities to put into the planner, but there was plenty happening this week, especially with the event of a beautiful new baby, for which I'm very grateful. Thanks for being here. See you next time.